Alrighty guys, welcome here to another track guide. We're at Charlotte Speedway in the 87s. I'm running a 16:1 steering ratio. 14:1 is probably plenty fine. I'm also running a -8 offset. I've always said this is up to you. To me, I usually run a -4. I've been running a -8 and I felt pretty good, but like I said, that'll be up to you. You have to find that out on your own. A -8 to me kind of tightens the car up. You're not turning the wheel as much to the left, so it kind of decreases your chance of spinning out, in my opinion. So I'm gonna go over like a lap here. I'm just in a practice lobby. I've run a few races already, and then I realized, crap, I haven't done anything yet. I just got back from Daytona. I was at the Coke 0400 and done a few races, and think I have a pretty good grip on this track right now. Track temp. Actually, let me get this up for you. Let me see what it is real quick. I don't have my overlay on, so I don't know what the track temp is. Right now it's 114 on my screen. You probably can't see it on right now. So I'm gonna go over like a lap or two, and then also I have a pretty cool clip of a good battle I had, just the race I was just in. And I kind of want to go over that too. So per usual, I could put down a fast lap. My fastest lap time, if you look at the screen, is 31. That's gotta be when it was a night race. But I've been running probably 33.3s. That's my fastest time on this hot slick track. I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna dissect it, and then put a little treat at the end. I have a little bit of a little battle that I just had that I was just talking about. That was so much fun to race. High tire wear, hot track. I mean hot. About 20 laps in, you get pretty slick right away. So pretty decent laps. I think a lot of people would be pretty happy with a 33.4. That's obviously not very fast at all, actually. But the point of this isn't to run fast. I want to reiterate that. Like I said, my best lap time has been like 32.3. I just ran a 33.4, not fast at all. But that's why I'm here, because I want to go over this real quick with you guys, kind of talk a little bit about why I'm doing this. So, you know, here we are coming to the green here. I'm usually letting off right here. We'll see if I do it on this lap. And we're not talking about like qualifying laps. We're talking about doing the race. I'm letting off at this little marker right there. And at times, I was even letting off back here when I was trying to save fuel. So at this marker right here, bam, I'm off on the, I'm on the brake. Very light brake. And then you can get back on the gas, but half throttle. Half throttle on exit. I mean, I kind of mash it here, but on older tires, you want to half throttle it until you get the car straight, and then you can go full throttle. For here, kind of the same thing. At times during the race, I was letting off at the Z-Max, and then but generally, I'm starting to brake and slow down at the beginning of the monster sign. As you can see, I'm on the brake here. I'm kind of high here. I feel like having a kind of higher entry it helps me out, and then I kind of arc down, and then I get on the gas very lightly. It's showing me I'm going full throttle, but as the runs get older, you won't want to go full throttle as much. So, kind of, yeah, it's gonna be real time now. The same thing. You can see my throttle trace. I should honestly put an overlay up for this, so it's not blocking the screen of all this, but you just want to stay off the wall. If you can't get to rotate, and you're hitting the wall, you're getting on the gas too soon, or you're driving in too deep. Driving in too deep will hurt your exit speed. I just did a race where I drove to the front twice by backing my entries up and getting the speed off of that. So I want to load up this little footage from a little bit ago, and we'll hop to that real quick. Alright guys, here we are. I was running a race a little bit ago, and I kind of wanted to watch this and then kind of go over it a little bit while I'm doing the race. So, currently running, I think, I was P3 at the time, the two guys in front of me. I was saving my tire, and then I eventually wound up getting to the front here, and I can kind of talk about it while I'm watching it myself too. The paint schemes are loading as I'm doing this. We had a lot of good battles up front. I eventually kind of got into an incident with one of these guys. We had about a 10-lap battle, and you'll see here in a minute where we get side by side. See, I'm backing my entry up so I get a better run off exit, and the 3 car kind of drove a little bit in deeper and gassed it up before I did, so that gives him, he kind of drifts up on the track. Now I go to the bottom. I'm still in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna stick to the game plan. I'm gonna stick to the game plan. We're gonna drive this the way we've been doing it all race. So we're kind of entering side by side. I'm still, I drove it in pretty deep there, honestly, but this is kind of a battle for the lead. I think it's like lap 65 out of a 90 lap race that we're on right now, and we have a battle for like another 10 laps this way. So it kind of continues this way for a few laps, and then I make a mistake and hit the wall.
That was wild.
And here we go. We have a side-by-side battle. This happens for several laps, but I want to kind of go over a little bit like what I'm kind of thinking here. The guy, yeah, I think I can look to the left. Yeah, okay, cool. It's kind of cool how you can do this. I'm still backing my corners up, and I get a much better drive off. Now, you don't really want to be on the outside lane. It'll be harder on tires, but, you know, there's a lot of track guides. Actually, there's not a lot of track guides for these things, but there's a lot of people who do races but don't actually talk about, like, in-race scenarios on iRacing. Giving each other space is pretty awesome. And these side-by-side battles are so much fun when they happen. You have two guys here driving their asses off, not making contact, and I'm still kind of sticking to my strategy here of trying to not drive deep and save a little bit of tire, but also understanding this is for the lead. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys this. I thought this was a pretty cool moment in the race I just did. Hopefully the track guide helps you guys out. I may upload a full race later in the week. As of right now, I have a lot going on, so I just want to do a track guide real quick, kind of help you out, drive the track. The temperature on the track will get very hot. You really want to save tires, try to back the corners up, and honestly, if you lose a few spots at the beginning of the race, that's fine. That's fine. You make it up. You will make it up long run. Take 4 tires. Don't take 2. It's honestly pretty hard to drive on 2 tires. Only do it if you kind of know what you're doing on that regard, and make sure you have enough fuel, like normal. You know, one stop on fuel, and just if you conserve your tires, you will finish pretty good in this race. I think I've had a top 5 every race I've been in this week so far, just by saving tires. There was one race where I drove like a jackass and actually I think I got like a P5 or P6, a lap down. But this save your tires, guys, back your entries up, and right now this is a track that's hot and slick. The last time we ran here, it was a night race, so you see me make a mistake here. Don't do this. Me and the 3 made contact, and that's how I'm going to end the race, because I'm pretty embarrassed by that, but also want to show that mistakes do happen and I make mistakes. But guys, have fun, enjoy the track guide, and I'll see you guys in the next one.